Hello, management team over at Tried and True Roofing. My name is Sean Everett. I am the website analysis expert. Thank you for talking with Eric. He gave me your website for analysis. Here is that analysis. I'm going to show you everything that I do when I'm analyzing a site, and I'm going to do it in real time. So here we go. The first thing I do is I look at this. This is a paid tool that I have. It gives me all of the metrics of your site. I'm going to come back and explain those in a second. Now, the second thing I do is I look at a map of the area so that I can see what's around you. I've been here, but I don't know about Arvada. I don't know about Brighton. So those are new to me, but I'll come back to those later. And then the third thing I do is I look at a Google search for roofers in Denver, Colorado. Now, I'm going to have to describe a little bit about a Google search to show you where I'm going with this analysis. Google search was developed by Google, the algorithm, so that it would give its search customers the most relevant results that they think there should get. And of course, you know, relevant for Google means something that's really well filled out because it's an algorithm, and it means something to do with the internet. It has nothing to do with how good a business is, which is really what would be more relevant to me, right? But anyway, Google has a couple of requirements that you can fulfill in the algorithm. It's not a secret, this algorithm. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, the first thing you're going to see on a Google search is this, the map pack, when you're looking for, say, a business. And it's so called because it's attached to this lovely map. And these are folks who have gone to Google and filled out a Google business profile. That's all they did. Now, a Google business profile is like a Facebook profile, and it's going to ask you some additional questions like what year you started business, what your opening hours are. There are tick boxes and a lot of blanks to fill in. Fill in everything because Google rewards thoroughness. They really want you to be as thorough as you can. If you've already filled one out and you're not here, fill it out and make sure every blank is filled in. If you're not sure what should be in the blank, put something in anyway. Now, underneath the map pack is what we have, what we call in the industry the organic search results. Now, the organic search results are wholly and solely decided by the Google algorithm. Now, the Google algorithm has put lists first here. It has Bravo Roof Tile that have decided the 30 best roofing companies, probably who use their roofing tiles. Forbes and Cedar, another manufacturer of materials, and then Premier Roofing. They say they are a Denver roofing contractor, and I'm using them as a comparison to yours because I'm showing you this. What they say about themselves becomes true to the Google algorithm. It doesn't care if it's really true. If you have it on a website, then the Google algorithm assumes that it's true. That's why a lot of people put, say, the best roofing company in Denver, because if anybody types that into a Google search, their website is going to come up. When the same thing would be true of the best roofer in Broomfield or the best roofer in Morrison. You would like to have all of those things on your website because if somebody happens to be proud of where they live and types that in, your website is going to come up. If you don't have it in there, your website is not going to come up because that's the way algorithms work. They rely on data, and the data has to be exacting and thorough. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you is on your website, I'm going to take it and copy and paste into this word counter. You have 2,236 words on there. That's really good. I'm going to do the same for them at Premiere. Copy and paste. Here we go, 150 words. So you beat them handily in this. Tried and True has a lot of words in there. But here's the deal. It could be about the words themselves because they come first. They come before anyone else as a roofing company in a Google search. And the reason that's important is I'm going to show you. I'm going to scroll down fast. Boom. That's a bump stop. That happens at the second sponsored listings in a Google search. And anything above that is what people usually utilize when they go to a Google search. They don't go much beyond that because they figure if you're way down there, you're probably not worth looking at. And that's not true. It just is the way the Google is set up. Now, I'm going to show you what I mean by the words in your website and why they can probably be improved. You have 225 keywords in all of those words that we saw there before. 225 words that have to do with your industry. Now, Google takes all of the websites that come up when somebody types in roofers Denver, Colorado. They take all of those websites, take all the words out of them, and then see how many times the words appear. Now, the number one word that appears, I would guess in this case, would be roofers or roofing. And then it appears the most, and then the second one, and then the third one, and so on. Those are the keywords. Now, the keywords that they have, you have 225, they have 2,300. This is Premier Roofing, as I showed you before. Now, you don't have to have that many necessarily. You can have a smaller number, but they have to be the right ones. I would suggest going to your sales team and asking them what questions are people asking when you roll up to the house, because those are the sorts of questions that people ask here in a Google search. These are all actual Google searches that people do. And all of these queries, all of these questions, all of these words are satisfied over here in Premier Roofing's website. Now you can see they're using all of these other communities, Fort Collins, I'm sure there's other ones here, Colorado Springs, and that's why I mentioned the map. You can be Westminster's best roofer or Broomfield. So that's why that's important. That becomes part of your keywords. Because anybody who types that in is going to find you, and if it's not there, they won't. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you is your backlinks. Your backlinks, you have 141. A backlink is where another site refers to your site. It's kind of like a shout out from a different website. And you have 141. They have 6,600. A lot of other sites refer to them, probably because they exist in other municipalities. I don't know exactly. But they have a lot of backlinks. But the funny thing is that they don't have that many in the 90s. Now, you don't need to match their thousands of backlinks. You can get more because they only have what? They have like 7 or 8 in the 90s here. Now, I don't see Angie's List, which would put you at 91. These are the domain ratings. It shows the strength of a domain's backlink profile, meaning a site that has more sites referring to it is a higher rated site. In other words, Wikipedia is a hugely rated site because it has a lot of references to it in the internet. Now, they are listed on Indeed.com, meaning I guess they have had business opportunities or jobs up for taken, and so that's how they got on there. Home Advisor, Homestead, probably Super Pages, Yellow Pages, those sorts of things. Now, you can get on all of those sites just by going and filling out a profile, by and large. I mean, Angie's List is a paid one, but the rest of them are sort of like a Google business profile. You just go and fill something out, say, hey, I'd like to be on your site, and it's that easy. You get on it. Now, the other thing you can do is get on map sites. Those are highly rated too. Get on MapQuest. I don't use it anymore, but a lot of people do. Get on Foursquare, because that's the one that powers Apple Maps. Get on Google Maps. Obviously, you'll be on there when you fill out the Google business profile. Also, get on Lyft. Get on Uber. It's not about getting people to your location. It's about getting the backlinks. Now, I'm going to show you where the rubber hits the road. Your backlinks and your keywords determine this, your traffic. Last month, you had 84 clicks from your website, up 47 from the month before, and they had 8,600 clicks from customers from a Google search. Now, and that's up 677. Now, what I can tell you is that, you know, mathematically, this is obviously a better number to have, but it's also a number that probably relates to more requests for estimates. It relates to more potential customers and ultimately relates to more money in the pocket. And all these numbers here is exactly why they have their placement here. Number 4 in the organic search results. Now, if they filled out a Google business profile for Denver, they could be here and here. You have that opportunity. This is not like a losing game. You're competing not just in the physical world, but in the virtual world and in the Google world, as it turns out, and that's its whole other separate thing. So, but being higher on a Google list, you know how many times you use Google to find something? People are trying to find roofers in the same way. So having a better profile on Google is definitely something that would be worth your while. Um, I can probably assure you that the things that I've told you, they're all free to do. You can do them yourselves, but they are time consuming, and that's where I think Eric might be able to come in and give you a hand. If you would rather spend your time roofing Denver than digging around in the guts of your website, Eric's the guy to call. I mean, it's the difference between your web designer is like the car painter, and we're like the mechanics. We know what needs to go inside of it. They know what needs to make it look pretty. So Eric would be happy to show you through the next steps if you give him a call. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I've been helpful, and have a great day.